Today's conversation is on live execution. Execution on projects, Saki. Execution on projects, ideas, career, and businesses. This is a conversation that is going to lessen your stress. This is a conversation that is going to reduce your tension and frustrations around your idea, around your projects, around your life. So it is a conversation that is going to comfort and is going to turn your life around. It is a conversation that is going to help you to understand how life works, how things are done. Thank you, Jackie. Read one. So it is a conversation that is going to unpack your mind. It's going to uncloud your stresses. It's going to uncloud your tensions. The conversation is about execution, how to go through phases in life, executions on projects, executions on ideas, executions on businesses. That in your life, there's a way you need to go through life. Anagboduala. Anagboduala. Thank you guys for coming around. Let's come on board and let's try to stick around because the conversation is going to be deep, and at the end of it, it's going to bring clarity to us. At the end of the conversation, we're going to gain clarity on how life works and how to go through life so that we can achieve with less tension. We can achieve with less frustrations because majority of us are going through life full of frustrations, full of tensions, and full of stresses. Yagmo, thank you. Yagmo, you're here. Thank you. Majority of us are going through life with tension, with frustration and stresses. But it was not so. Life was not designed to be full of frustration. We are not to go through life with frustrations. We are to go through life, relax and enjoying it. And so today I'm going to dive deep into execution, how to execute in life, how to execute in life. And here I have 3 points. I have 3 phases that I will be talking on. I have 3 points, 3 phases that I will be talking about when it comes to execution. The first phase is the end phase. The end phase. The second phase is the part phase. The part phase. And the third phase is the beginning phase. Yashimin. Yashimin, thank you. Thank you. So I'll be speaking to 3 phases here today. The first one is the end phase. The second is the part phase. And the third is the beginning phase. Majority of us lives more in the end phase when we are supposed to live in the beginning phase. The beginning phase can also call the now phase, the present phase, where activities is feasible. But instead of us to live in the end phase, in the beginning phase, we live more in the end phase. And as I'm diving into the conversation, I'll begin with the end phase. I will start the conversation with the end phase. Loza Club, thank you. Mr. Ennis. So I will start this conversation. Maha, thank you. Let's come around so I can go straight into the conversation without wasting our time. Because I really want to break the 3 phases down, then I'll begin to do more of explanation later on. Edrin, thank you. So let's start. Let's invite people. Let's allow people to come on board so we can deep dive into the conversation. Amit. We can deep dive into the conversation. So let's allow people to come around. Let's invite people. Let's tap. Let's share so that this conversation can reach other people. Okay, Ahmed. Okay. So let's tap, let's share the conversation so that it can reach some other people. So that it can reach some other people. Let's like, let's share. Let's like, let's share. Oyunko. Bose. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. No problem, Ahmed. No problem, Ahmed. No problem. Berat Yakaz. Oh, thank you, Bose. Thank you. Berat Yakar. Thank you, guys. And so, as I've said from the beginning, this conversation is going to be basically on what I call execution, live execution, how to approach your project, how to approach your businesses, how to approach your life and career. And I said from the beginning that there are three parts that I'll be speaking to. I'll be speaking to what I call the end phase. I'll be speaking to what I call the part phase. And I'll be speaking to what I call the beginning phase. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you. Thank you. No problem. J. Epstein. J. Epstein, you are welcome here. You are welcome. Tipe Yos Gatli. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. J. Epstein. J. Epstein. J. Epstein. J. Epstein. Thank you, guys. So, NPG. So I dive deep straight away into the conversation because I think we already have some people on board. Suleiman, you'd cool. Thank you. Michael Larios, thank you, guys. So the conversation is about live execution, and then I'll be speaking to the end phase, the part phase, and the beginning phase. The end phase, or many times, majority of people think today bet tomorrow. Many people think, oh, Jeffrey, thank you. Jeffrey, thank you. Many people think today give birth to tomorrow. But the true reality of life is that tomorrow gives birth to today. It is what you are thinking of that gives you the strength and the energy to move today, to do whatever you are doing today. So it is that picture of the tomorrow that you have pictured that gives you the strength and energy to work and do stuff today. Thank you, guys. NPG. So it is that picture of the tomorrow that you constructed, that you had, that made you do what you are doing today. And that is why I said it is not today that gives birth to tomorrow. It is the tomorrow that you have pictured that give you the energy of what you are doing today. So tomorrow gives birth to today. And that is why I'm starting with end phase. That we all begin our lives with the end in mind. We all begin with the end in mind that this is what I want to become. This is what, on your project, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I'm looking at. This is the goalpost. But on many times, the end phase does not have feasible activities. It's only a mental construct. The end phase, it's only a mental construct. It's only an imaginary reality of what you want to achieve. So the end phase is just a mental picture. It is not feasible. It does not have activities. You cannot do anything at the end phase. And also the end phase is a spot, is a location. It is a place where you will arrive at. It is a place where you are going, and that is where you will arrive at. It is an abstract. It is not feasible. It is an invisible picture of where you are going. And so anyone in life who is trying to start a project, start an idea, or move through life has to begin with the end. Johnny Sims. Johnny Sims. So to live a fulfilling life, you have got to start with the end in mind. You have got to begin with that tomorrow, the end in mind, that this is where I'm going. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to attain. And this is what majority of people call a dream. It can be called a dream. It can be called the goalpost, where you are going, where you want, what you want to achieve, what you want your project to achieve. That at the end of this project, this is what I want to achieve. That by the time my business reach the peak, this is what I want it to look like. That by the time my life reach the peak, this is what I want to see. That by the time my career reach the peak, this is what I want to see. That is the mental picture, and that is the end in mind. And as I've said from the beginning, it is that picture of the end that we direct today. It is the picture of the end that will lead whatever you're going to do today. And so for anyone who really want to have a meaningful life, a meaningful project, a meaningful idea, a meaningful path, you have got to begin with the end phase. You have got to, Burak, thank you. Try to share, thank you. So for anyone who wants to have a meaningful life, you have got to start with the end in mind, where you want to be, where you want to go, that particular point that you want to find yourself at the peak of your life, at the peak of the project, at the peak of that business, where you want to be, what you want to see. Before you start at all, before you begin at all, you have got to start with that mental picture, the picture of what you want to see in the coming years. In the coming years. But the problem with majority of people is that when they have a dream, when they constructed an idea, or when they have a vision of something, instead of them to leave that place and come to the beginning, They stay forever in that place. Champard, thank you. So majority of us remain at the end phase. But the true picture is that you begin with the end, but you draw it back and start from the beginning. You begin with the end in mind, the picture, the mental picture of where you are going, what you want to achieve. Because the true picture is that the end phase is not feasible, it's not practical, it's not executable. At the end phase, you cannot do any activities. There is no tools at the end phase. That mental picture you have, that vision that you have, the picture that you have, that image that you have is only an image. It is imaginary. It is not physical. It is not executable. You cannot find a tools to it. And that is why you are not to live there. But majority of people live at the end phase. And that is why we live more in the mental reality. Our mind is always busy thinking about the end. Our mind is always busy thinking about how you will achieve that end. And that is why I said majority of us remain at the end phase. And no matter how you stay at the end phase, you won't achieve the end results. Without input, there can never be an output. Without input, there can never be an output. And so the end phase is what guarantees your output. The end phase is what guarantees output. And without input, the path, output is not possible. Without input and the path, the process, output is not possible. Thank you, Gotisinek. Thank you, Gotisinek. Thank you. So without input, process, which I call the path, output is not possible. And so when you have a construct of where you want to be, when you have a construct of where you want to go, when you draw the mental picture of the end, you are not to live there. You are not to be worried about that end that you have built. There's a quote that says that if you have built your tower in the sky, you do not have to be worried about it. Suspend it there, leave it there, and come down to begin to build towards it. So your job is not to remain in the sky with that tower you have built there. Your job is to suspend the tower and come down to the foundational level and begin to gather the material and begin to build the foundation and then continue the bricks, the structure towards that tower you have built in the sky. Kadi, Ekmek, thank you. Oh, thank you, Ekmek. You're here. Thank you. So you begin with the end in mind, but you do not remain at that end phase, because the reality around the end phase is that it is abstract, it is invisible, it is a mental picture of what you want to see at the end of your life, at the end of a project, at the end of a business. That by the time my life reached this stage, this is what I want to see. By the time this project reached this phase, this is what I want to see. That is the purpose of that end phase. And what it does is that it gives you direction, it gives you energy. That at the end of everyday activities, you go back to your bed and know that you do not just go through the day for nothing. You have gone through the day working towards the end that you have built. Thank you, Ekmek. That when you retire in the evening to your house or to wherever, you are not frustrated because you know that you have spent the day towards the end that you have constructed. Because majority of us live too much in the end and we are frustrated. We are looking for 1 and 2 that we do to achieve the end. But the end is not where you live. The end is just a place where you draw up what you want to see. The end is what guarantees outputs. But without input and process, you can never end the output. And so your job is not to live at the end. Your job is to build the mental picture, the end, and then you move down to the beginning. And so the end phase is where you build up who you want to become, what you want to see at the end of your day, what you want to see at the end of your project, what you want to see at the end of your business, what you want to see at the end of idea. But it is not feasible. It is not executable. It does not have activities. And that is why it is often called a dream. So at this phase, you can sketch up, you can draw it out, you can write it out, you can place it somewhere around your workshop, in place in your houses or in your environment, just for you to see it. It is what you are seeing, not what you are doing. So a dream is what you see, not what you're doing. And that is the difference between a dream, the end point, and then the beginning, the now. The now is what you are doing, but the dream is what you are seeing in the end. So seeing is different from doing. And you cannot have what you see if you are not doing something towards it. And so the first phase is that you need to have that end in mind, the mental picture, so that you can have a direction, so that you can have a path, so that at the end of every day, you know you are going somewhere. So it is a path, it is a guideline, it's a goalpost. It is not where you sit down and begin to worry about. It is not where you begin to think every day. Do you go? Thank you. Thank you. And then the second phase is what I call the path. The path phase. The path phase can be called the process, the journey. That is the everyday movement. The everyday movement. That is the path. That is the journey. But the path phase is time bound. It's not like a sport. You know, when I was talking about the end phase, I'm saying that the end phase is a spot. It's a place that you want to arrive at. But the path phase, the journey phase, is like a line, but it's not a straight line. The path phase, the journey phase, the process phase, it's a line, but not a straight line. And it is achieved with time. It is time bound. The path is time bound. It takes years, it takes months, it takes a lot of time before you can go through the path. And so, because it is time bound, you can also not see the path. The path is not also feasible. The path is not also feasible. It's a lie. It takes time. It takes years. It takes process. And so your worriness, your stress, your energy is not to be embedded. It's not to be wasted on the paths. I'm doing this live so that we can learn how to manage our energy, how to channel our energy rightly. The portion you need to allot to every phases in life. The amount of energy you should direct to every phases in life to achieve a maximum results. Because if you apportion a lot of energy to end phase, you're going to waste too much of your energy. If you give too much attention to end phase, you're going to waste most of your energy and you're going to be frustrated. And you're going to waste your life and your time. If you give too much energy to end phase or to the path, you will waste too much of your years, too much of your energy, and you won't achieve anything. And so the path, it's uncovered, it's unraveled with time. As you are doing something towards your end, so the path will be revealing itself. You begin to know more about the path. As you have finished the yesterday, when you are beginning to build for tomorrow, you can use results from yesterday to then build for tomorrow. So you can look at what you have done some days ago and draw up a map and a plan for tomorrow. Because a lot of people sit too much in this path and journey phase. They are planning. They are planning. When they build, when they have a construct, when they have an idea, when they have seen a project they want to achieve, then they come down to this path phase and they begin to say, I'm planning. I'm planning on how I will achieve this end. So they want to compress the process. They want to compress the path into one and then jump to the end phase. Devranate, thank you. So majority of people want to compress the journey. They want to compress the paths. And so they apportion too much of their energy to this path. What tool do I need? What else do I need? So let me talk to this person. Let me talk to this person. Let me talk to this person. Let me ask this person. But let me tell you, the more you stay worrying around this part, the more you will waste your energy and the more you will be frustrated. And the reason why majority of people lost their projects, their ideas, and even their life is because they stay planning. They stay planning on how to achieve the path. The path is unraveled. The path is uncovered. The path is revealed as you are taking daily steps. The path is uncovered as you go down to the beginning and begin to work on that end that you have seen. So it is the beginning that gives life to the path. It is the beginning that gives life to the path, to the journey, to the process. So there's no path and there's no journey without the beginning, without movement. And it is only at the beginning that you can have movement, that you can have momentum, that you can have activities. And so at the end phase, the only movement that is only happening in the mental state, in the mind. And it's going to frustrate you, it's going to stress you. And the same thing with the path, the journey. The only activities that is the path and the journey is if you sit down there and you are planning, you are just wasting your energy. You are just wasting your time. Because a lot of people waste years and time at the end phase and path phase and doing nothing at the beginning phase. And without this beginning, you do not have input. And without input, you do not have a process. And without the process, you do not have the output, which is the end results that you're looking after, that you're looking for. I'm Tosi, you Tosi. So we've got to understand these three phases: the end phase, the path phase, and the beginning. And as I've said, that the path is uncovered. The path is not known. It is uncovered through the presence, through the now, through the starts, through the activities that you're doing every day. And as you are doing those things, you are understanding the path, and you are shifting, and you are adjusting, and you are modifying. So what you're doing in the path is that you are modifying. You are getting it more right. It's becoming clearer to you as you are taking daily steps. And so I'll move to the last part, which is the now, the starts, the beginning, and the presence. This is the second phase that is also a sport, like the first phase. You know, I said when I was talking about the end phase that it is a sport that you want to arrive at. So at this point, you are not moving anywhere. You are not going anywhere. You are arriving at that spot. And if you do anything at a spot that you are not moving out from, all you'll be doing is a mental work. And that is going to stress you. That is going to waste your energy. And that is going to dissipate everything that you are working on. And so coming down to the start, which is another sport, is where you can move. So the sport in the start phase is a movement. You are moving out of a sport. Activities happen at the start. Activities takes place at this place. And it is only genuine and structured activities that can move you towards and through the path and towards the end. So it is only structured activities that can move you through the path and towards the end. And so, as I said from the beginning, that it is tomorrow that gives birth to today. But you don't start from tomorrow, you start from today. So it is the picture that you have drawn up of the tomorrow that gives you the energy, that gives you the activities today. But you do not arrive at that tomorrow except you come down to today. So you start with the end in mind and you are drawing down to the beginning and you begin to work it back to tomorrow. If I have a board, I would have drawn a sketch. You are not starting from the end, you are starting from the beginning, but you build a construct from the end. So your activities is not starting from the end, it starts from the beginning. But mentally, you start with the end. But physically, you begin from the start. You begin from now, physically. Because the only tools you have is right now, is at the presence. The two of them are a sport. The end is a sport. The now is a sport. The beginning is a sport. But the difference is that at the beginning, you have movements. But at the end, you do not have movement again. So the sport at the end is not movement bound, but the sport at the beginning is movement bound. And it is only the movement that guarantees the path towards the end. We have got to understand these channels, this understanding, because if you know the end and you remain at the end, you'll be frustrated. If you see the end and you remain at the end, you'll be frustrated because all you will be doing is only mental work without movement. All that happens at the end is a mental work without movement, thinking, romanticizing what you have seen. Romanticizing what you have seen. That is what is done in the mental level. You are disturbing your brain and your mind. And that is why majority of us are not using our mind rightly, because we're just worrying about what we have seen. So the activities that is going on in your mind is just worriness on what you have seen. because what you have seen is too big and it is too real to be true. And so when you begin to romanticize it, when you begin to carry it, it frustrates you. You do not find the path through. And that is why you do not stay at the end phase. The picture that you have seen, the image that you have pictured, you do not stay there. You can write it down. You can draw it out and paste it somewhere in your workplace and paste it somewhere in your house. But you do not have to stay there. Ufuk, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ufuk. So you do not stay at the end and you do not planning. You do not stay planning in the process. You come down to the beginning. You come down to now, the presence. Because let me tell you, it is only the presence that brings all of these 3 points together. Because in the process, you will always be in the presence in the now. And at the end, you will always be in the presence. Because everything we call tomorrow becomes presence when we get there. Everything you call tomorrow becomes presence, becomes now when you get there. And so, wasting your energy in the tomorrow when you're supposed to be in the now is just a waste, a total waste of your energy, a total waste of your life. And so the best way to go through life is to have the end and draw up down to the beginning and begin to walk towards the end. AYM feeds. This is an organogram. This is a model that will help you remove tensions, remove stresses, and remove frustration from your life. And it will help you remove procrastination. Because when you operate from now, when you operate from movement, when you operate from activities, procrastination is not. But when you operate from the end, you're looking at the bigger, the larger picture, you'll be frustrated, you'll be frightening. And if you stay there more longer, you'll be wasting all your energy. Every day will be frustration, every day will be stress, without any singular movement. Without any singular movement. And that is why you see many people will go out in the morning, they are coming back full, they're tired. Because they're only working in their mental state. They're only working in the mind, only frustrating the mind. So they are dissipating too much of energy. And all of the energy is wasted. You know, when you are only thinking unproductively, when your thinking is not productive, that is when you are stressed. You are stressed when your thinking is not productive, when your energy is not generating any activities, any meaningful results. So you are stressed. You are always tired. You will always be tired when all your thinking energy is not generating any results. Oh, Asia, thank you so much. Thank you, Asia. Thank you. So when your energy is not generating any results, when there's no movement to all your energy, when there's no activities to your energy, so it is easier to be tired every day at the end of the day. Thank you. I can see. Thank you. Appreciate. Thank you again, Asia. So on many levels, majority of people stay at the end phase, which is that stage where they've seen the project they want to do. They've seen the picture of the idea they want to do, but they keep romanticizing it. They keep carrying it like a baby. And so achieving it becomes fantasy. And also, if they move from there and then they move to parts where they begin to plan, they're planning on how to achieve that end. It's more like compressing the process. They're trying to compress the process. And so all you need and all you have is now, is the presence. That is the only way where you can look at resources you have and begin to use it. You look at what you have and begin to use it. And as you are using the resources you have, you will be discovering more resources. As you are using the resources you have, you will be seeing more resources and you'll be getting more connections. You'll be meeting more people on the paths. And as you are meeting more people, you'll be getting more information. And that is why I said the path is always uncovered. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that message. I don't know your name. I only see the sign. So thank you for the message. Thank you. So as you are going through the path on a daily basis, as you have allowed yourself to be in the presence and in the now, you'll be discovering more tools because you'll be meeting more people on that path. You will be meeting people of the like mind. Thank you so much. And so as you are meeting these people, you are having conversation, you are discovering more information about that part, and more tools is coming to your directions. Thank you. Thank you. And more tools are coming to your direction. And that is why I said the path is unraveled. The path is uncovered. The path is revealed with time as you go by. As you begin to know more skills that you need to build. As you begin to know more people you need to work with. But let me tell you, if you have not remained at that presence, if you have not started, it's not possible to see people who are going to that same direction. If you have not moved to the field, you won't see the people that are also on the field. If you have not moved to the field, you won't see other people that are also on the field. And until you meet those people on the field, more information will not be discovered. Because it is only on the field that you begin to meet experts. It is only on the field that you begin to see people that have started before you. So you begin to meet them and you begin to ask them questions on how they get here. You begin to ask them on what they've done to get to where they are. But if you stay in that planning room, in that planning phase, thinking that you can compress your process to one and achieve what you want to do, it's not possible. So my girl, thank you. So I decided to share this conversation because I know that a lot of people are stressed, a lot of people are worried, a lot of people are frustrated. And one of the major reasons is because we live more at the end phase. We discover a path we want to go, we discover things we want to do in life. But instead of us to start the path, no, we remain at the end phase. We remain at the end phase. We keep thinking. We are looking for one big thing that we're going to do that will get us to the end phase. But the reality remains that there's no one big thing you're going to do that will lead you to the end phase. Thank you so much, girl. There's no big thing that you will do that will project you and catapult you to the end phase. It is a process, it's a path, and you have to follow it on a daily basis. You have got to follow it on a daily basis, one step at a time. And there's no step, you cannot find a step at the end phase, because at the end phase, you are not going anywhere. It's a spot that is your destination. It's a spot that generates your output. So you don't waste your energy at the end phase looking for a step, trying to draw up a map. There's no activities at the end phase. You are going to the end phase. You are going to the end phase. And the only way you can go to the end phase is at the movement point. You can only get to the end phase through movement. And that is at the start, at the beginning, at the now, at the presence. And so we've got to live our life more in the presence. We've got to live our life more in the presence. It is only a positive individual that can attract other positive people. It is only a positive individual that can attract other positive individuals. And it is only he that has a direction that can meet people. It is only he that has a direction that can meet people along the path on the journey. And it is only he that has a meaningful journey that can have other people that they will collaborate along the line. So if you stay at the planning phase, thinking of what you will do, looking at everything that you need to put together to achieve what you want to achieve, you will waste all your energy at the planning room. Because the true picture is that the generals, the armies, the people who are doing things, they are not found in the room. They are out there, they are on the field. They are moving, they are the people that are doing things, activities. And so for you to also join those people, you have to move to that movement portion. The now part, the beginning part, the presence part. And you begin to do stuffs. And so as you are doing, you are seeing people to collaborate with. And you are gaining more idea, you're gaining more understanding. And you are gaining more tools. The end is where you assume the end. So you go through a path to get into the end. And so you do not have to keep worrying yourself staying at the end. As I said, the end is just where you visit because it gives you direction. It helps your daily energy. It helps your daily activities. But you do not have to stay at the end. Because this is the frustration of so many people. They live at the end phase. The picture they've seen, who they want to become, what they want to achieve at the end of their project, at the end of the idea, at the end of their business. This is the destination. That is where you are going. So how do you live mentally where you are going? So when you live mentally in that destination, you'll be frustrated. You'll be wasting your precious energy. So the summary of it all is that you've got to understand the three phases to life, which is the end phase, the path phase, and the start phase, which is the beginning phase. But which one has movement, which one has activities is the start phase. It is the beginning phase. That is now and presence. And that's why it is always encouraged that you should live in the presence, you should live in the now. Because every tomorrow you talk about will become now. Because in your life, you will never witness a tomorrow. You will never witness a tomorrow. You will always be witnessing now and presence. It is at this presence that the end, the part, and the beginning collapse. It is at the presence that the end, the part, and the beginning collapse. And they become one. And so, when you have an idea, when you have a project, begin with the end in mind. Do the picture, do the sketching, understand it mentally, but put it to one side. Understand it mentally and put it aside. Thank you, Summer Guy. Thank you. Thank you. Understand it mentally and put it one side, because your job is not to keep stressing yourself mentally. Your job is not to live in your mind forever. Your job is to come down to activities, is to come down to movements and begin to build the bricks, the mortars, the mortars, one after the other until you get there. Because this, your body requires need activities. Your body requires activities. You have got to keep moving this body. You've got to keep using this body to move towards what you have built mentally. And so I think that going forward, we'll begin to live our life rightly. We'll begin to approach things rightly. That's when we have discovered something we want to do, when we have discovered who we want to become, when we have discovered the path and the career we want to follow, then we have to put it one side, analyze it properly, put it one side, and come down to start a movement towards it. And then we begin to meet people. We begin to build relationship. We begin to build collaborations. We begin to build skills that is necessary as we go by. It is as you move towards that end that you will begin to discover all the tools that you need, the skills that you need, the people that you need, the relationship that you need, the connections that you need, the finances that you need. But if you remain in your head, it is not possible to discover all of these tools. If you remain in your head, it is not possible to discover all of the tools that you need to achieve your end phase, your end result, your outputs. Thank you, Summer Girl. Thank you. So I think I've been able to encourage one or two people around execution, how to move through life, how to move through life. You begin with the end in mind, but you come down to the beginning. You begin with end in mind, but you come down to now. You come down to today. You come down to presence. You do not have any business living at the end phase. Every activity that your body needs and requires, it is in today, it is in now, it is in the presence. When you discover something that you need to do, yes, you go into your thinking phase, you think about it, and you disengage your mind. So your mind is not what you keep using all the time. You use your mind intentionally, you use your mind constructively. So as you are going by and you are discovering more tools, you are using your thinking energy to think about it. How am I going to get it? How am I going to gain it? And you go to gain it. Is it skill I need to gain? You go to gain it. Is it relationship you need to gain? You go gain it. So do not use your mind anyhow. Use your mind for important stuff. Use your mind for something that requires thinking. And immediately you are done with it, you disengage the mind. It's a tool. Your mind is a tool. Your mind is a tool. And so you use them intentionally. You don't stay in your mind. So you use your mind to solve a problem and then you come out of it. You use your mind to solve a problem and then come out of it and disengage. That is how you can only use your energy positively. Because when you keep using your mind to think about everything, whatever you see here and there, it is about your mind. you are not productive. And when you are using your energy towards unproductive activities, you will be tired. You're wasting your energy. You are wasting the energy. And so when you go out every day, you keep talking, you keep saying you are tired because you are not productive. You are not channeling the energy rightly. You're wasting your energy at the end phase, thinking about what you want to become, who you want to become, what you want to achieve. You are wasting the energy. And if you stay there too long, you will not achieve anything. So what majority of people do is that they give too much percent of their energy to the end phase. They give too much percent of their energy to the hand phase. About 80% of their energy goes to the hand phase. About 15% of their energy goes to the part phase. And then they only have about 5% in their present, in their now. They only have about 5% of their energy to do the necessary movements, to do the necessary work they need to do today. And that is not productive. 5% is not productive. And so you have got to reverse the whole chain. 80% to your now. 80% of energy to your now, to your presence. You have got to channel 80% of your energy to now. About 15% to think and plan and strategize toward the journey and paths. And about just 5% to the end phase. It's just to look at it occasionally so that you can keep reminding yourself of the path, reminding yourself of the journey. So about 5% of your energy to the end phase, to that dream, to that end point, to that vision. It's just to keep yourself on the path. It's just to remind yourself of why you start. So you don't waste your energy on that. It's just to remind yourself, why did I start? And things that I'm doing now, are they in line? Am I still on the right path? Am I still on that lane? That is what you need the energy for the end phase for. So you do not remain at the end phase. You are not doing anything at the end phase. Yo, thank you. So you are not doing anything at the end phase. And that is why you do not have to apportion too much energy there. All your energy is needed at the now phase, present phase. All your energy is required at the movement phase, at the activities phase. And that is the presence, and that is now, and that is the beginning. And as I've said, it is only the presence that collabs the end and the part and the beginning together. Because you never experience a tomorrow. You will only keep experiencing the now. You will only experience the presence. Okay, yeah. And so understand how these phases works and begin to live your life according to these phases. The end phase is where you discover the path you want to go. You discover the self you want to see in the nearest future. You discover the end of your project. You discover the end of your business. That at the end of these 10 years or 20 years or 20 years, this is what I want to see. That is the end phase. But you do not live at the end phase. You put it in a perspective. You can write it down. You can draw it up and then paste it somewhere. But you do not live there. It's not where you live, K for K. You do not live there. So you do not need more of your energy at the end phase. It is just an output. It's a spot that you are not moving out from. It is a spot you want to arrive at. The only spot that you are moving out from is the beginning. And that is where your full energy is required. That is where your full energy is needed, at the beginning. And that is why I said the energy apportion has to be about 80%, 15%, and 5%. 80% to the beginning, 80% to the now, 80% to the present, 80% to where you are doing stuff, 80% to that level where you are moving, you are connecting with people, you are building relationships, you are building collaborations, and you are building skills. Only 5% is what you need to think about your end results, because it is just to guide you and to know the reason why you start and where you are going. So the end result, the end phase, is to know why you start the journey and to also know that are you still in line. You do not need to waste your energy on the end phase, the goal, the dream. You need your energy on the activities level, on the movement level, where you are engaging people every day, where you are doing something. Monetizan T. Yeah, the conversation is basically about energy management, life management, so that you can achieve your results, so that you can achieve how you're looking at. But because majority of people live too much at that end phase, what they want to achieve, what they are looking at, so they apportion majority of their energy at this level, and it's a waste of energy. And people like that, we keep complaining of tiredness. People like that can easily abandon their dream. People like that can easily abandon their goals. Because when you live too much at this level, you'll be scared away. You'll be scared away because let me tell you, every endpoint is always big. Endpoint is big, it's not comprehensive. It is too real to be true. I want to become this particular person. I want to achieve this particular thing. On many levels, it is too real to be truth. And that is why if you stay long there, it will scare you away. If you stay long there, it will build procrastination in you. You will remain a procrastinator. I will do it tomorrow. And then you will move to a level where you begin to say, I'm planning. Especially when you have declared to people. And then when people come around to ask you, how are you doing? You say, I'm planning. I'm still looking for this too. I'm still looking for this too. I'm still looking for the other one. So you will be wasting majority of your energy. You will be wasting majority of your time. And as I've said about the path, the journey, that is time bound. The journey part is time bound. And so you do not have to focus on it. It is uncovered as you are working on the now every day. As you have moved to the beginning and you keep moving, the path is uncovered. The path is revealing. You're discovering more tools that you need on the path. You're discovering more materials. You're discovering more skills that you need on the path. And that is how to live life. And that is how to always be in the presence and enjoy your moments. That when everyone else is complaining, you are always at a relaxed mode. When everybody is stressed, when everybody is under tension, your own is always coordinated. Everybody comes to you and asks you, how are you doing it? Are you not going through the problem? You are not going through the problem because you are taking your step one at a time. Because you are taking your step one at a time. You are not looking for any big things to break through. You are not looking for any big thing to do to break through. That is not what you are looking for. You are taking every step at a time. You can share the video, you can share it, you can like it. So you are moving your step one at a time. You are discovering the behavior you need and you are doing them. You are discovering the skills you need to build and you are building them. You are discovering the connection you need to build and you are building the connections. The relationship you need to build, you are building them. That is how to live in the present. That is how to live in the now. And that is how to enjoy your life. And that is how to channel your energy properly. And so, as I will be moving, as I will be living, I believe one or two of us have gained one or two things. Because there are too much noise going on in the world. And if you are not able to manage and channel your energy rightly, you'll be consumed. If you are not able to channel your energy rightly, you will be consumed. If you apportion too much of your energy to that end phase, what you want to become, what you want to achieve, you'll be consumed. If you channel more of your energy thinking and planning about how you will achieve the path, the journey, the process, you will waste all the time. And so you are to come to the now, break a little portion of the idea into pieces and begin to do them. Begin to work on them from now. I wish us all the best as we go by, as we go through life, as we maintain and manage our energy. All the best.